What's happening, guys, and welcome to another video. It's American Andy here, filling in again for Scottish Andy. In the past 7 years, NXT has provided us with some of the greatest talent in wrestling history, with the likes of Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa all recently putting on 5-star classics. These names and others will forever be synonymous with the company. However, not everyone's run in NXT has been as memorable. So today, we're going to be counting down 15 wrestlers you totally forgot wrestled in NXT. So let's get started with number 15, Briley Pierce. Briley Pierce, who might be most well known for being the younger brother of Dolph Ziggler, made his NXT debut on June 20th, 2012 as an interviewer. However, the following month, Pierce would wrestle his first match on the Yellow Brand versus Sakamoto before being attacked by Conor O'Brien. Pierce and Sakamoto would then take on O'Brien in a handicap match in a losing effort. Shortly after this, Pierce would be released by the company without ever really getting a chance to show the world what he had to offer. Pierce now wrestles on the indie circuit under the ring name Hot Young Briley, and who knows, at only 34 years old, we might see Briley make a return to NXT. Number 14, Kenneth Cameron. Cameron worked in NXT as one half of the original lineup for the Ascension alongside his teammate Connor. However, after getting in trouble with the law in 2012, Cameron was released from his WWE contract and later replaced with Victor, who would join forces with Connor to reform the Ascension. The team would then go on to become the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions in history. Since leaving NXT, Cameron has taken on the ring name Bram and is probably most well known for his run in Impact Wrestling. Number 13, Tanga Loa. Before rising to fame in New Japan Pro Wrestling alongside his brother Tama Tonga as part of the Bullet Club, Tanga Loa would wrestle under the name Camacho in NXT. Camacho's time in NXT didn't last long, with the highlight of his run being him competing in the opening match of the first ever NXT Takeover, losing to Adam Rose. Number 12, Jake Carter. The son of pro wrestling legend Vader made his NXT debut during the show's early days in 2012 as the tag team partner of Corey Graves. However, after the team broke up later that year, Carter would struggle to find his feet and flounder along until the September 12, 2013 episode, where he would lose his final match with the brand against Tensai. Number 11, Too Cool. That's right, guys, Scotty 2 Hotty and the late great Grandmaster Sexay competed in a one-time only match on NXT Arrival, taking on the Ascension in a losing effort for the NXT Tag Team Championships. This would turn out to be the last ever televised match the team would compete in before the death of Brian Christopher. Number 10, Richie Steamboat. The son of WWE Hall of Famer Ricky the Dragon, Steamboat debuted for NXT at the inaugural taping from Full Sail University, defeating both Rick Victor and Leo Kruger in separate matches. Richie would prove to be a true blue-chip prospect during his time with the company until suffering a devastating back injury in 2012, which would subsequently end his in-ring career. Number 9, Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson had a 3-year run in NXT, competing under the ring name CJ Parker, and no, we still have no answer on why he was named after Pamela Anderson's character in Baywatch. Nonetheless, Parker would ultimately request his release from the company before going on to make a name for himself in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he would capture the United States Championship, becoming one of the top rising stars in the company. Number 8, The Great Khali. Although NXT is renowned for its in-ring classics, not everyone who's stepped through the yellow ropes has been a 5-star technician. Case in point, on the April 17, 2014 episode of NXT, the Great Khali would interrupt the aforementioned CJ Parker's promo, going on to defeat him in convincing fashion. Number 7, Randy Orton. The Great Khali isn't the only main roster superstar to show up on the Yellow Brand, as on a special Road to WrestleMania episode of NXT on March 27, 2013, Randy Orton would vanquish Damian Sandow in a one-on-one match. Number 6, James Storm. Most famous for his time in Impact Wrestling, James Storm joined the NXT roster as a journeyman in October of 2015, defeating Danny Burch in his debut. He would then return 2 months later to defeat Adam Rose before leaving NXT after only 2 matches, and would ultimately re-sign with Impact Wrestling. Number 5, Eli Drake. Eli Drake performed primarily as a jobber in NXT under the ring name Slate Randall and was subsequently let go by the company after a one-year run between 2013 and 2014. However, since leaving NXT, Drake has went on to become a world champion in Impact Wrestling, as well as being ranked as 32nd best wrestler in the world in the 2018 Pro Wrestling Illustrated 500. Number 4. Trent Barreta. Now a part of All Elite Wrestling, Barreta was once part of the WWE's version of ECW, as well as a full-time member of the SmackDown roster before joining NXT. He would spend a year on the yellow brand before being released in January of 2013. Number 3. Kota Ibushi. In 2016, Ibushi competed in the WWE's Cruiserweight Classic tournament. During this time, he would also wrestle a couple of matches in NXT. First of all, defeating Buddy Murphy on the July 13th tapings, and would later team up with TJ Perkins as part of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament. However, Ibushi would ultimately decide not to sign with the company full-time and would instead return to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Number 2. Sawyer Fulton. Fulton was one of the founding fathers of the Sanity faction and led the team alongside Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, and Nikki Cross. However, Fulton unfortunately suffered a torn pectoral muscle and was subsequently written off TV. During his time off, Fulton would be replaced by Killian Dane with no on-screen explanation provided for Fulton's absence. He would later be released by the company and went on to sign with Impact Wrestling earlier this year. And number 1. Sami Callihan. Callihan would debut on NXT in 2013 under the ring name Solomon Crow. However, he wouldn't make his official television debut until January of 2015 when he attacked CJ Parker in the ring. Crow would go on to work in NXT for the remainder of the year until November 24th when he was released from the company. So there you have it, guys. Let us know if we missed anyone. Don't forget to stunner that subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one.